Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Replay Megaman X4. In the last part we fought some more Mavericks and also had a small little cutscene with Colonel. And now we're going to continue on with Web Spider. He's not that fun as Zero. I'll get to that when we get to him though. It's around this point that I actually don't really have much more to talk about until we get to some new stuff because... first off, there's Zero's new attack that we just got, the little dash strike. Not that useful, honestly. It became a lot more useful in the Zero series, where it was a constant attack as soon as you activated it, and not just a little flash. There is actually one thing I think I actually tried to start abusing here. There is actually a bit of a glitch you can do with Zero. The thing is, when you dash and you do the normal slash, he stops in his tracks to do a quick little slash. However, you can actually abuse that if you mash the attack button and the dash button, in the opposite order of what I just said, actually, to do some really quick attacks, and it actually can really whittle down bosses, since the first slash has basically no invincibility frames after you hit something with it. The air dash is actually really handy here. Then again, the air dash is handy in general. There's a reason I abused it in Extreme 2. I keep on wanting to call Extreme 2 X2, but those are two entirely different games, and an entirely unrelated movie. I don't think I've actually ever seen the second two original X-Men films. I think I've only seen the original, and that was years ago. And also, nothing new to say about this half the stage either. One thing I actually kind of wish they had done is that you could burn the leaves in certain parts of the stage with the Rio engine, but nope. The beehives here are something I do wonder about, though, as to why Repliforce puts their logo on everything. Dr. Wily does something similar too, as does, yeah, just Wily, pretty much. Well, actually, World 3 does to some extent, as does Nebula. Yeah. Anyway, Heart Tank is in the exact same place. Burn this log, and you got it. And we are thankfully nearing the end of the stage. I don't think I'm ever going to need to show off what's above us, because I always just take this. It's not that much of a different path, either. Anyway, time for Web Spider. Oh crap, what was his voice?
Ah, Zero, I've been expecting you.
Spider, you work for Repliforce?
Yes,
I led a renegade unit now, or lead. There's still time. Call off the coup.
no, I know where my loyalties lie.
That's one thing that the PlayStation games seem to do a lot, is that they make Mavericks know Zero for some reason. Although then again, Repliforce, as we know from X playthrough, is not Maverick at all. Anyway, Web Spider is a lot more annoying as Zero because his weakness isn't a weapon. I don't think you can harm him with a weakness at all. In fact, what is his weakness? I'm going to go Megaman knowledge base this. Come here, Google. His attacks are honestly all the same. One thing that I don't think I've actually mentioned is that you can tell where he is somewhat before he falls down, because I think you can see some slight leaves at the top, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Let's see, Web Spider's page. Shipuga, really? Oh, I know, the Shipuga's... How would you hit him with it, then? Because that is the dash attack. How do you even... Well, I suppose you can when he's low on the ground, like he is right now, but... During the first phase, how would you hit him with that? Huh. Well, yeah, that he only has the one weakness then. That's just weird. Oh, wait, no, I'm just being a dumbass. I was thinking the air dash was the weapon we got last. No, that was, no, his weakness is Chapuga. Never mind, I'm just being stupid. Wow. Anyway, for beating him, we get Raijin Geki, which is... Well, you press the triangle button when you're not moving at all, and Zero will thrust his sword forward as a lightning thrust. It's useful against a couple things, I suppose. Anyway, it's time for Split Mushroom. Sorry about that. Got someone came into the room and had to talk to me for a moment. Like I mentioned in Nexus playthrough, this is actually all a static image, but I still think it looks pretty cool for PlayStation standards. And there's me abusing the dash attack. This robot right here, you've probably seen it quite a few times at this point, but what it is it doesn't always show up. It'll only show up, I believe, if you're below a certain percentage of health at certain points in the stage. It's pretty much its hand-holding. Mind you, X4 is one of the easier X games, but it's not the easiest. That is probably X1, honestly. One thing for some reason I was always scared about with this stage as a child is those little doors that close you out of the previous sections. I always thought they could crush you when I was a kid, but they can't at all. So I was just being a stupid little 3-year-old. Well, actually, no. How old was I when I first played this? 2000. Yeah, actually, no, I was 3, wow. Because I first played this in 2000. Huh. Ooh, extra life, sweet. The background here reminds me of something from ZX, by the way, and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Dream of the Moon. Anyway, time for this mini-boss again. And he's even easier as Zero, because with the lightning thrust we just got... Youch! That hurts. That's the equivalent of like a weakness from Megaman 1 or 2. If you time it better than I just did there, you could actually do a lot more damage, too. I'm not sure if that's stronger than the Nova Strike would be against that thing, but I've never tried, honestly. Anyway, it's time for the second half of the stage. Which is now purple! Wasn't there a boss in Mega Man ZX named Purple? No, that was Purprill. Freaking monkey. Ugh. And there's our heart tank, which I actually screw up getting this time. However, if you can time it just right, you can actually dash jump off that wall to get up there. And it's one of the few things that, that's actually one of the things I really like about the X series that I briefly touched upon, is that I like how acrobatic you can get if you're good at them. I think the Zero series is slightly more advanced at that, but it's all up to you, really. Though I still would really like to see a Mega Man, Devil May Cry styled Mega Man game. That would be really fun. Especially as Zero. Hell, even Axel would be a lot of fun. Hell, Axel could be the gunslinger style from Devil May Cry 3. Thinking, what would well, actually, no. Axel will be Trickster due to his transformation ability. X would be gunslinger, Zero, sword user. What was the name of the sword style? I forget. Swordmaster, there we go. That'd be really cool, Capcom, get on that. Then again, I'm still kind of sad they canceled that Metroid Prime-like X trilogy. That would have been fantastic. Anyway, time for Split Mushroom. You made it this far. I'm impressed. You interested in a real challenge? Who's your commanding officer? Never mind that. It's time to fight. It's time to... That random Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference brought to you by me. Anyway, Split Mushroom, he's really easy with this weakness. Just copy what I'm doing. Do a couple normal sword slices and then start using, that thing, which has a name I'm forgetting. In terms of attacks Split Mushroom uses, I actually remember it off screen. He has a couple attacks where he and his clones will trade lightning between them. When he's lower on HP, he will downright split into two, then you have to tell which one is the real one, and they're not just these rainbow clones, which I just realized are Soul Body. Huh. I never realized that. Wow. But, honestly, it's been so long since I actually saw his actual attacks that that's all I really remember. But Split Mushroom stage, nothing challenging at all, really. But for beating him, we get what is arguably the most useful ability in the game. We get... I left a load time in, huh? Oh well. Kuenbu! Zero can now double jump, and when he's in the air, he can now press the square button, the attack button rather, to do that circle... Razor Blade attack that I love so much, and we can use this to get the X-Tank here in Frost Walrus' stage. But now it's time for Cyber Peacock. Cyber Peacock's stage is actually one of the few that has a big difference in it, but it's not even that big of a difference, but we'll get into that later in the first half. The yellow hive things, though, are still here, as is the time trial gimmick, so yeah. Since you don't have Soul Body this time, you actually have to hit them with a spinning air slash, but that's really easy because this ability's always been kind of broken no matter what game it's in. I'm looking at you, Super Star Wars. And here's the big difference, actually, really. If you recall correctly, back in the X's playthrough, we got a heart tank here, but here it's an extra life. Since the third one, since there's no Dr. Light capsule for Zero to get, they actually moved the heart tank and sub tank up one, I suppose, reward level each. So now the heart tank's gonna be for level, for the second one, and the sub tank's gonna be for the third. Mind you, I actually think these sections are easier with Zero because he's a lot more agile when it comes to platforming, due to that double jump and whatnot. And there's the heart tank. You know, I have to wonder though, I wonder if this level had any inspiration for the, or inspired anything from the Battle Network series, because I could see that happening. It also kind of reminds me somewhat of, what's it called? Actually, no, wait, no, it probably did, because I'm seeing a lot of network transmission in it from the GameCube game. And that's 3 S's. If only they were that easy to get in Devil May Cry. And that's a sub-tank. So now we're only missing one item, and that's Storm Owl's heart tank. The second half of the stage is the exact same, honestly. Nothing different at all. Well, until we get to the boss fight, but that's just because of the way the weakness works with him. Actually, thinking about it, are there any female Mavericks? Because I can't remember any. Commander Yanmark was a good guy, what was the name of, Flying Gungaroo, was it from 7? Sounded like a girl, but that was clearly a guy at the end, but... Optic Sunflower is a guy. There's no female Mavericks, huh? Well, I suppose Bracana. Yeah, Bracana could count. Anyway, time for Cyber Peacock. I'm impressed you've made it this far. But you can't beat me. Get ready. Now the thing is, Cyber Peacock's weakness is actually not the flying spin attack. Instead, it's rearranging. Because for some reason they decided not to give her or him his actual weakness from X's playthrough, so rearranging's actually strong against 2 Mavericks. You actually got to see some of his attacks this time, though. He has that little ground wave attack where he sends his little feathers out. Then he actually has that attack he tries to do in midair where he sends a reticule at you. And when that locks onto you, he'll start sending his little petals out at you. And then he has that little rising attack there, which is very easy to dodge. So I was right in the X.8 you got to see his attacks this time. But honestly, even if he gets to attack, they're easy to dodge if you use rearranging, so this boss fight's not that big of a deal. Like, at all. I just bumped my mic, sorry about that. But yeah, Cyber Peacock stage, still rather easy. The boss, while he can be a bit more challenging as Zero, is still nothing. X4 is just one of the easier games in the series, really. But for beating, I almost said Storm Penguin there. Cyber Peacock, we get Rakuhoha. This is the only attack of Zero's that has ammo. He pounds his fist in the ground when you press R2, and will send energy balls in the direction surrounding him. It's useful, I suppose, in tight situations. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 9, we'll be heading after Storm Owl in the first couple of the final stages. See you guys then.